I'm gonna even be more confusing right now. Because I'm gonna say that with this movie right here, I've seen all of this before. And yet I haven't. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I finally got my birthday trip for Costa Rica set up and I want you to join me. However, space is very limited, so click the link below to go to my trip page and sign up to get notified about more information on the trip and to take advantage of early bird specials. Let's go on with it. Let's start with a movie. Hard Eyes. So this is the first time I've seen a slasher almost kill a holiday. Oh, Hard Eyes out there, I'm gonna ruin Valentine's Day for everybody. And you know what? It was one of the few times that I was rooting for the slasher. Yeah, kill this old bullshit ass holiday.
Yeah, it's a bullshit holiday, and it's people doing all this stuff, all this make believe, and spending all this money. I was like, yeah, ruin it.
Yeah, shit, kill Valentine's Day, kill Cupid, all that bullshit, man. Have me spend money for no reason just because company told me I'd need to do it. I'd have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to sell flowers and candy.
Hard Eyes was out there, had everybody scared to go out on Valentine's Day. I like, good.
Maybe you can finally get that reservation you
want. Yeah. Or not. Keep your ass at home. Shit, if we got to sacrifice a couple of lovers, then fine. I don't care. Keep y'all's asses at home, man.
It was worth it.
Exactly. In this old bullshit ass holiday. But anyway, y'all. You know what? And that's why we have this movie right here, because Allie, who's played by Olivia Holt in the film, Allie right here, she wouldn't mind if they got rid of Valentine's Day herself, because she's soured on romance, plus her career in advertising ain't going too well. And then that's when she met this man right here. That's when Jay entered the picture. And you're like, where you at? A little dark. Let me put Jay in the light right here so you can get a good look at him. Let me
showcase
see.
him.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at Jay. Got that smile. Look at him. He's handsome. He's tall. He's got a nice physique. And he's been called in to help Allie work on her failed campaign with her failing career at the agency that she's in. And when he gets in there, he don't waste no time putting on the moves. You know, he's done this before. He puts on the charm, finds ways to go home with her. And Allie, you know, she ain't having it. Allie said, nah, I know what you're doing. I ain't falling for it. So it's a good thing to being stalked by this killer right here who can put a distraction to this whole thing and keep this boy off her ass.
Right.
You know, when you got a slash on your ass, you ain't too worried about it. Guy.
It does shift your priorities.
Yeah. And that slasher would be Hard Eyes. The Hard Eyes killer is out there terrorizing people all around the country. It is so crazy with Hard Eyes. He's killed so many people, eluded the law so much that the whole country is scared to go out. You don't know what city he's going to be in next. So a lot of people decide to stay at home, and good. You know, like I said, you know, it takes the pressure off of me. I'm not a romantic when it comes to that.
Are you not?
No, I don't. Listen, like I said, I don't want to spend no money.
No. Me and my wife early on were just like, this is a bullshit holiday. We ain't doing this.
It is a bullshit holiday, and this Hard Eyes killer feels the same way. Probably taking a little further than we would, you know, out there killing couples.
Just wait.
Yeah.
One day, you might find yourself out there.
I might be him, you know. But let's go ahead and see. Will Jay finally find romance with Allie? Will the Hard Eyes killer finally be caught? Will people be able to go back to that old bullshit holiday? I hope not. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Hard Eyes, the latest horror film, horror comedy, I might add, from Sony. And we'll be back with our reviews. So, trailer shows a little bit too much, and yet it doesn't, which means, and I don't want to be cryptic here, but this might either be a great trailer or it might be a bad one. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna even be more confusing right now, because I'm gonna say that with this movie right here, I've seen all of this before, and yet I haven't. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because this trailer, like I said, the reason why I'm saying it might be a good trailer is because it really isn't telling you what this movie really is. So you're going to be surprised. Now, the bad part is you might be going in expecting like a straightforward horror film or slasher film. And that's not what this is. And when I say I've seen this before, but yet have not, let me tell you something. I have seen a slasher horror flick before, right? I've also seen a screwball comedy.
Yeah.
I have not seen a screwball comedy slasher horror flick. Now, I'm not saying it's not out there.
Do the Scream movies not count?
No, they don't count. No, because those are not screwball comedies.
Okay.
No, so what this isn't telling you people is that, first of all, it's not only just a comedy, it is a screwball comedy. And what I mean by screwball, and I guess I should put this in here, screwball romantic comedy.
Yes, I was going to say, you're missing an adjective.
Yeah, and usually screwball comedies, they've already hinted that is a romantic film. But for those who don't know what a screwball comedy is, it is a subgenre of a romance film, our genre of a romance film. Thing is that is what we got right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, they do a really good job being true to both genres and letting them do their respective things while also just seamlessly blending them together. What separates a screwball romantic comedy from a romantic comedy is that you have two leads that go on a zany, a wacky, or some kind of wild adventure or romp. And while there's some strong attraction, for some reason they just fighting it.
Right.
Dick all hard, I mean, they can't stay away from this person, but yet when they get around them, they're always fighting it for some reason. And it's and then they just argue for the whole time,
right,
because of that attraction that they have for each other,
that tension, that sexual tension.
Yeah, and they just keep jibber jabbering and yakking and fighting and arguing until they can't fight the feeling no more. And then after about an hour and 30 minutes, they finally hook up.
Yeah.
And that's probably where the saying, "Oh, why don't you two already?"
Yeah,
that's probably where that came from.
Get a room.
Yeah. So it's clever how they handle all the bickering and the jibber jabber here, because in other screwball comedies, the arguing comes from either miscommunication, jealousy. There's some conflict because they work at the same job and they're competing against each other. With a movie like this, the arguing comes from, they tried to kill me and you ran away. Your ass left. You abandoned me while I was about to get a machete at my ass.
Yeah.
And you know what? And they argue about this in really funny ways. And I think that's very clever for this. That's where I'm talking about, where they seamlessly blend in the elements of a screwball comedy with a horror slasher film. And also it leads to, for me, some really funny scenes in the movie. Like this scene I'm about to show you. It's not just the arguing or the characters that make it funny. Man, they do just the way they edit the sound in here. I think it's hilarious.
Jay, I was being chased by a serial killer.
I know. I also was being chased by a serial killer. What the does that mean?
Jay.
This is where they would be arguing at the office,
Right.
Except, like I said, they're arguing because one person left them to be murdered.
Okay. Guys, this was not him. We were together all...
That's what I'm talking about with the sound editor. She walks away. You still hear, I'm not done talking to you.
No, that's not possible. Jay didn't do this.
Maybe Jay wasn't acting alone.
What?
It's little touches like that made me really enjoy this film. And like I said, there might be screwball comedies out there that mix it with horror. I maybe haven't seen them, I don't remember them, but if there are, then I'm glad that they're doing it again with this, because I think it does a great job.
So this worked for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish
stop playing, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Stop playing. Don't you even.
I know. Leave me alone.
Man, you got to be quicker with that.
Yeah. No, I loved it too. And the funny thing is, the movie starts very much like a horror film. with a comedy element to it. And then it breaks away from that and becomes a straight up romantic comedy in such a way that I kind of forgot about the horror part until it comes back in. And once that element comes back in, not only does the story change, it's the pace is faster, their chemistry gets better and better, and the movie is funny and smart. And you're right, it's all those little touches they keep constantly throwing in there.
Yeah,
and you enjoy it on so many levels. And this is the kind of thing, that kind of hybrid thing that so many people try to do, but it's always like, here's this piece, here's this piece, here's this piece. And this kind of works seamlessly, where it's blending these 2 or 3 elements in a way where you're like, wow, how has nobody been able to do this before?
So you understand what I'm saying? I haven't seen it done like this on this level.
I mean, look, there's been comedy, horror movies. A movie that this reminded me a lot of, and I think one of the writers was like Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
It was that same kind of feeling, especially that feeling of, I'm going to see a low budget horror movie that's aimed at young people or teenagers. And it's like, okay, you've blown my expectations out of the water.
The movie's smart because they let you know that you are, in case you had any doubt, you are watching something that's inspired by a romantic screwball comedy. They go to a drive-in and they're playing Cary Grant.
Yeah.
A Cary Grant movie back there, a screwball comedy, Cary Grant film. So, look, the tricky thing is that, it just can't be these two fighting, because that would get annoying.
Yeah.
And romantic comedies and even screwball romantic comedies know that you have to keep building chemistry. You have to make. You can't be a person that watching, your friends fight or being stuck with a couple fighting each other. That's, that nobody wants to deal with that shit in real life.
Right.
When your friends start fighting, or you have a couple, and you just like, God damn, why y'all gotta do this here? It'll be annoying if they do that. That's why that's why with a movie, you have to keep stopping and building chemistry no matter what's happening. You have to keep dangling that romance in front of you, hoping that it's going to happen. And somehow, amidst all the blood and the guts and the gory kills in this, the movie does remember to stop and give these two characters a moment to connect. And, and that won't work unless your two leads actually work well together. Unless the actors actually work well together. Allie is played by Olivia Holt, and that's Mason Gooding, who plays Jay. And, they are hitting all the right notes, man. I mean, you can look at them, they look good together.
Yeah.
They make us feel that spark between them. But one of the important things that works with them is that we have fun with them. They make us, because they stop, and not only do they make sure to keep building romantic tension between them, but they also they're very good at the comedy in this, and they have so many scenes where they're bickering and they're arguing is actually making us laugh, especially when the killer's after them.
Your jokes are cheesy as
Hey, you good?
Yeah.
First of all, that's what you get for standing by the door instead of running. What the hell y'all think y'all doing? But you can see, man, this almost has like a slapstick thing going on with it.
It does, but they have such a commitment to these roles, especially Olivia Holt. Her screaming is top notch.
You good?
Yeah.
Boy, that jaw unhinged right there.
I know. What the?
Yeah, that's one of the few times I yelled at the movie. I was like, what the doing? Run.
Yeah,
but
right.
Then again, like I said, it's a comedy, and they set it up for them to be kind of silly this way.
Well, they also do a lot of stuff. Even along the way, they flesh out their characters with their backstories and little things where Jay comes on and he's just so slick, it's almost artificial. But then as it goes, you get to learn more about him. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you end up liking the guy.
Yeah.
And with them, they I think that when they're, like I said, when they're together, man, it's important to actually keep the humor going between them, and that's what really makes you root for them too as the movie goes on. I like both of them, both of those lead actors, but I do have to, make a confession real quick. So Mason Gooding, as we said, is very good in the movie. My racist ass had him mixed up with another light-skinned biracial dude from another slasher movie.
Oh.
So I looked at him and I thought that was him, and Mark's like, that's not.
So what's he from?
So that's Lucian Laviscourt from the Bye Bye Man.
Oh Jesus, you went way back.
I went way back. I thought that, yeah. Now Mason Gooding, and look, they even got the same pose. So Mason Gooding is from Scream 7.
Yeah, right.
So I
thought you were gonna say like, yeah, no, this is the guy from Scream 7. I was gonna be like, oh shit, okay, I'm doing it too.
Okay, I should have said that through your ass off. And something else I thought was funny because the character Allie, her friend in the movie, she tells Allie, she says, go and get that Melanin man. I'm like, Melanin, he's the lightest skinned person in the movie right here, man.
Not in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
Who's darker than him?
He ain't dark. That ain't dark.
Who's darker him than in this movie?
Allie?
Because him being, light skinned or black biracial like he is, he's one of these guys who looks whitish when he's around black people and looks very black when he's around white people.
Okay, but that's light on the melanin. Now you say whatever.
Well, he's got more than everybody else in the movie.
He did maybe drop.
Man, you spent your whole 20, 30-year career complaining about how they don't let the black man have a white woman as his romantic partner. Now they do, and you still finding shit to talk about.
You know what?
Stop it.
Let me see.
Stop.
Let me think of one.
Just enough already.
Yeah, get Kendrick Lamar in there.
Can he act?
Let's get it. A dude who looks like him who can act.
Good Lord.
I didn't say that he couldn't get with her. I didn't say that. I'm glad he did. I'm just saying, don't be yelling out melanin when ain't nothing in there. Yeah, get Seal up in there. I was trying to think.
All of a sudden, you're the arbiter of melanin. You decide.
Yes, sir.
We must come and kiss your ring to determine how black people are.
No. You can have all the melanin you want. In fact, he takes some, man. He needs it. No, I'm not even saying it's wrong. I just thought it was funny when she said, get that melanin, man. I was like, ain't no melanin up in there. Man, I got to get better with names. What's your man's name? Who?
Jimon Hansu.
I mean, when you asked me about melanin, that's what I was trying to think of. That's why I sat up here and had no answer. I was like, God damn it. What kept popping in my head? Dijon mustard. I was like, God damn it.
That's what you get.
Yeah, I know. Dijon mustard. No! Dijon, no! What's his name? God damn it. It's going to, I don't know how this movie's going to be. I don't know how it's going to be when people actually see the movie. I don't know if, having two different genres like this, how many people that would appeal to. But I would just say this, while they're doing right by the lovers out there, I can definitely tell you that they don't forget about those who are in love with horror. With this film, they open up. As soon as the movie opens up, they waste no time with the slicing, the stabbing, the impaling, the exploding.
Yeah.
That's in the first 5 minutes, y'all. This might be a romance movie, but it's got some nasty kills in it. And so, don't think that this is light in that area, which is why I'm saying, maybe this is great. I don't know how it is for, one person who likes romance movies and another person who likes horror films. I mean, the kills in here are so rough.
They are. Yes, they are. They're quite graphic. If you're a horror fan, I think this movie's going to work just fine for you.
How brutal is it? Man, I don't want to ruin anything for you. Let me just say that in the first 5 minutes, body parts are exploding, and not with dynamite or explosives. I mean, things are popping. Blood and guts they're just exploding all over the place. That's in the first 5 minutes of the film.
And it's not front loaded. You get to the end, you get your money's worth.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you got a girl who was like, I just don't like horror movies, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there's so much of the movie that she'll enjoy, but she'll probably be mad at you afterwards.
If she don't want you, listen, and let's not even make it a gender thing, because there's girls who love horrors and they with guys that don't.
Well, I said if you have a girl who does.
So if you have a partner out there that don't like to see gory things, but they like romance stuff, this might not be the perfect mix. However, man, the reason why you love your partner is because y'all met for your love of horror movies. Ooh, this is perfect for you.
Perfect.
This is y'all get to have all the smoochies and the hand holding and the romance, and then you get to those kills which will make y'all very horny. So that's a perfect thing for horror fans if both y'all like it. And your partner.
It could be a perfect Valentine's date seeing this movie.
Yeah, man. Is it Terrifier levels? No, ain't nothing Terrifier levels. All right, Terrifier just spends like 5 minutes torturing somebody. Oh, no. This is one of those movies where the kills are quick. No, we don't get too sadistic with it. There's some jokes in here where I kind of roll my eyes, but I thought that maybe they were a little funny. Because you got to take them as corny. Because I'm looking at let me see here. Jordana Brewster, who's from Fast and Furious, and then Devon Sawa plays her partner. Because
from The Fanatic.
Yeah. Oh, that is him from The Fanatic. Mm-hmm. I was wondering where I had seen that guy. And when he was younger, I think he was in Idle Hands, movies like that. Yeah. But yeah, that's right. That is him. Yeah, and let me just say, I ain't gonna say what the joke is, but it's a setup for a real corny Fast and Furious joke.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of rolled my eyes, but I did giggle at it. So I was entertained the whole time with the film. I really liked what they were doing with this. Again, I was pretty impressed by how clever it was. I would just say the end is probably where it got a little too formulaic for me. It felt like the end of of any Scream movie. Who's the killer? When are we going to unmask this person? And then it just keeps trying to top itself, and it gets more ridiculous as it does. But being a comedy horror movie, emphasis on the comedy, you cut it some slack. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But at the end, I was just kind of like, this is where I felt like I have seen all this before. But again, still a lot of fun. Didn't know what this movie was about. Had not seen a trailer going in. I'm glad I didn't. Even though, you know what? Even if I had seen the trailer, I still would
have been excited.
I would have been surprised.
You wouldn't have been surprised. I mean, you would have been surprised.
I would have been surprised because this trailer is just not telling you what it is. But I'm glad I went in cold. Yeah, I like this a lot. And like I said, the only reason for me not to recommend this to you is if you just don't like blood and very graphic, gory kills. But if you're willing to give it a chance, because you can take that, if you don't mind that, this is something that is going to be a lot of fun as a date movie for Valentine's Day. I can't recommend that enough for you.
Oh, you're not dropping your rating?
I'll give it a rating. Yeah, I'll probably give it a high matinee, very high matinee, because like I said, it was just, got very predictable as near the end, as opposed to a lot of the fresh surprises that I saw at the beginning. But, don't take high matinee as something that's bad. No, I'm highly recommending this movie to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean at the end, but I was like, you know what? It's not like the Scream movies don't do this. And the only thing, my thing about the end is like one of the reveals of, I was just like, when I think back to it, I was like, I don't know if that works. I'm wondering if that was like one of those things where, well, we got 3 different endings. We're going to pick one. That being said, everything else about this was so surprising and entertaining. And it's as much as I love Happy Death Day, I like this a little bit more. And I personally feel like this is better than all those Scream sequels we've been getting lately.
Yeah.
As much as it's similar, like people are like, man, the next Scream, they're going to do this, maybe that. And I'm like, I don't care. I got this movie right here. This actually pushes the buttons I wanted from those. I think I liked it just a tad more than you. So I would go with a low full price. It was thoroughly entertaining.
It's a nice surprise for February. It's a really it's a very clever film.
Something I also really liked is that you see this hard eyes killer, and from the beginning you're like, yeah, everybody's trying to get a new horror icon in a franchise. And then it became apparent that that's not really this movie's goal. I mean, sure, if this does well, they will make another one. But this movie didn't seem like I can smell it on so many horror movies where like, man, they're really trying to launch a new character and get that to be a thing.
Well, I did feel that way when they had that out there. I said they were really putting emphasis on this hard-eyes character, very much on the mask itself too, putting a lot of shots on it. But it doesn't set itself up for something else. I hope, if it's successful, they will. But they could easily leave this alone.
Yeah, they could.
With the way this ended. It ended perfect. So anyway, let me see here.
But if you do another one, take the time, do it right.
No.
I know. That's not where the money is,
we
fool.
don't ever do that. We don't do that. No.
Well, they did it with Smile.
That's rare.
I know. I know it is.
That is rare. I was so nervous when they did that.
I was like, why are we doing this?
It's a bad thing when a movie's successful and you're scared about them making another one because you're scared they're going to f up. I'm waiting for that smile to turn to a frown one day. And I'm going to tell you something. I want to see more Mason Gooding in these movies.
Yeah.
Right there. So, yeah. I know it's the wrong person. Don't say I wait for everybody in the comment section. You racist son of a bitch. By the way, some of y'all didn't even know the difference, did you?
Yeah, you kind of caught me on that one.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.